Hello and welcome to my first ever video as Police Car 94. I'm making this video in order to show some of the better places to go when you run out of quests in Classic WoW. Some of these zones, they might not be the most optimal XP per hour, but it's about the best I could find with the resources that I had. These zones are aimed more towards Horde players, although if any of you Alliance players are feeling brave, you can sort of go and travel to some of these zones. It just might take you a bit of extra time. So let's just jump into it. So between the levels of 10 to 13, you want to be farming Dreadmaw Crocodiles. These are located in the South Fury River between the Barrens and Durotar. They spawn generally quite fast and there is quite a lot of mob density. So basically, yeah, they're just a really effective farm between the levels of 10 to 13. There's not much to say about this one. Just don't get sort of too close and chain pull the mobs, because we all know how that really goes in Classic. It's never going to end well for you. The second spot on my list is the Southsea Bandits and the Cannoneers that are located on the Merchant Coast, just south of Ratchet. The only reason this spot is good is because there's so fucking many of the mobs. They don't even respawn too fast, but there's just so many. Like you'll never ever run out. So as long as you're level 13 and ahead of the curve, by the time you actually get to here, you'll just stay ahead of the curve because it's actually faster than questing just doing this grind. Another thing to add actually is that they drop a lot of cloth, so if you do pick up tailoring or first aid, this is a great spot to actually just farm your cloth as well. The first aid will obviously speed you up in the grinding process. I do recommend picking up first aid before any of the grinding anyway. So between the levels of 16 to 19, you want to be farming around Northwatch Hold. The Marines that are located in and around the main castle of Northwatch Hold. There's just so many of them. So basically, you'll never run out of mobs to actually farm. You have to maybe be cautious of the healer mob that can be located inside. You'll see it in this video, just towards the end there. It's like fucking dealing with, I don't know, Sea-Doo in the corner. But yeah, basically, just be careful of those because it will heal the other mobs, which will make your life quite difficult. So next up we have Quilboars and Thunder Lizards between levels 19 and 22. Everybody's favourite little piggy fucker things. I don't know what they even are, but I don't know what Blizzard were fucking smoking when they made these guys. But yeah, they're the guys you need to kill, and you also need to kill the Kodos that have shamanistic powers for some reason. But yeah, generally this is a good farm. All jokes aside, there's just tons of Quilboars. Once again, respawn rate is very high on these ones, and you occasionally will run into a Thunder Lizard every now and again, which aren't too hard to kill, even though they do quite a lot of damage if they do get the nature spell off. You just gotta be smart and not let that happen, or kill them before. So next up on the agenda is Tarren Mill. Between the levels of 22 and 24, all you really need to do is kill bears and kill spiders. There's nothing special about this farm at all. It's just proven to yield around 20,000 XP per hour, so it is actually a way better farm than you would expect. That's the main reason it's on this list. The mobs are even quite spread out in this farm, but yeah, it is proven to yield around 20,000 XP, like I say, so it is a lot faster than questing. Should also bear in mind that the data that I'm using, the 20,000 XP per hour, is actually based on stats from WoW in 2006. So hopefully, if everything's remained unchanged from Classic, this still will be a very effective farm. Next up on the list is Splithoof Crag, where all the horse weirdos live, the centaurs. All you need to do is kill these guys over and over. You know the drill by now, man. You've probably watched 3 minutes of this video, so I mean, you already know you just gotta kill shit. But yeah, I mean, these guys have a nature attack, so and they can actually heal as well. So once again, it's like fighting Sea-Doo at BlizzCon. So just be careful. Don't pull too many. Take them one at a time with these guys, unless you're playing a hunter or a warlock where you can tank multiple at the same time. But yeah, I'd stick to just playing fighting one at a time with these guys. For levels 26 to 30, you're in Splithoof Crag still. You're still fighting the horse people. It's the same drill as last time. There's literally no changes. It's actually just such a good zone because the two zones are actually like connected. You can farm all the way from 22 to 30 in this zone. So it's literally in the cave, just so close to the zone you were previously in. You just kind of need to have the patience and sheer resilience to actually just farm these guys over and over. It's way faster, but it's not as fun as questing. I don't suggest doing this for anyone who is not interested in maximizing their absolute potential in terms of leveling. Next up, we are remaining in Thousand Needles. Thousand Needles is proving to be quite a useful grinding spot. You're actually just killing harpies over and over again. Yeah, they're just the sound of them screaming at you is enough to make you want to just stop playing straight away. But I don't know, killing them, I guess that's a little bit of consolation. Nothing you really need to worry about in terms of special attacks or anything with these mobs. They take quite a lot of damage from melee. They don't have high armor or anything like that. So it's quite a good farm for a warrior. They don't drop anything particularly special. They just drop the stupid feathers. I don't really know what the feathers are actually used for. I'm not gonna lie to you. Probably some stupid quest somewhere in the world or some recipe. I have no clue. But yeah, this is 30 to 32. Nothing special about this farm. You can actually go up the ledge as well, as you'll probably see in the video in a second. Yeah, I'm just like walking up the ledge now. But there's not really much in the cave apart from one higher level harpy that has a green skin. Yeah, that's about it. It's just slightly more damage than the other ones. Next up on the list is the Stranglethorn Vale, Tiger and Panther farm between the levels of 32 and 34. This is an insane farm. This is great because it's when quests typically start to dry up for a lot of people. I know certain people, such as Monkey News, I believe, has commented on this before. He enjoys doing this farm. Just generally a really good farm because the tigers are so dense. Like there's so many of them, and you occasionally run into a panther as well. You can also pick up the quests. And I know this is strictly a grinding video, but you are killing these tigers and panthers as part of the quest anyway, so you might as well get that extra bit of dollar XP, you know, while you're here. But yeah, it's a pretty straightforward farm. You run around this area, and that is about it. Next up, we're sticking in Stranglethorn Vale once again. It's the Adventure Cove base camp where all the cool guy goblins hang out. They do have a nature cast ability, so I'm gonna make this joke for the third time in the video. It's like fighting fucking Sea-Doo. Sea-Doo in classic, obviously, because he plays Ellie. But yeah, I mean, these guys. There's so many of these guys. Like, I don't know if you guys have quested in this area before, but literally, they will jump you while you're questing. You always seem to pull more than you actually need to. But if you're clever about it, you can actually maximize your efficiency here and earn a lot of XP. So it is worth coming here just to grind some mobs between the levels of 34 and 37. So third time in a row we're in Stranglethorn Vale. Between the levels of 37 and 32, we're in everybody's favourite zone. The zone where the medicine never drops off those weird medicine guys. But aside from that, there are quite a lot of inside this cave. There's quite a lot of XP to be yielded as long as you're not stupid and pull everything, because these mobs do hit really hard, especially the rogue guys. You can't actually see them. There's stealth mobs around as well, so it's kind of hard as a low level player, if you pull one of the stealth mobs by accident, it's pretty much GG. But generally, if you stick around the entrance to the cave and then kill the other mobs that are around the entrance, you should be golden. You should be fine. You can actually level up to the, if you notice, there's an asterisk on the end of the 42 on the text on the video. If you go further down into the cave, you can continue this farm if you do so choose to go to 42. But there are faster farms out there. It's just this one's actually, if you want to stay in the same zone and not lose out on travel time, and you have all your your potions and everything to keep going as efficiently as possible, maybe staying in the same cave is the best thing to do. Next up is Tanaris. We're out in the desert, boys. We're out in fucking Tatooine, whatever it's called. And yeah, we're just killing the humans that are around the main sort of water camp. You guys know where it is. If you've ever played this game before, you know where these guys are. Once again, it's about being smart and not pulling too many, because the mobs actually do hit quite hard. So it's really not worth trying to pull too many here. You can actually continue on this farm all the way up to 46 if you go and kill the rogues. The rogues and the shadow mages with the void walkers, those guys. I'll include a clip in a second. But yeah, 40 to 46, this is the fastest farm available. And again, next up, sticking around in Tanaris. This one is Lost Rigger Cove. Please don't ban me, YouTube. Yeah, there's just loads of pirates around again. You're going to get sick of killing these human guys, but as I said before in the video, it's just about sort of sheer determination and resilience, really. It's an endurance test more than anything. There's just tons. These guys, there's tons of. You'll never run out of mobs again. All you have to do is patrol around the main coastline, and you'll just have an infinite flow of XP. You'll have no break, basically, and that's why it's faster than questing. So you might actually notice the asterisk on the 45 on the text of this clip. It's basically because level 45 itself is faster if you farm the bandits, the Wastewater Bandits, the Shadow Mages, etc. But if you do fancy a bit of a change of scenery, you can always come to this place. As like I said, it does get a bit monotonous after a while, so just changing a little thing up can actually help quite a lot. So between the levels of potentially 48 and 50 and 52, you can come here northwest Feralas and farm the Harpies. It's faster to come here if you get to level 50 first, and just kill the Harpies from there, as the other two methods that I showed before are actually faster to get to 50, because of the mob density being different. But yeah, these are basically the best mobs to farm. They drop a shitload of cloth as well. You can grind at least like 40k XP per hour on these ones, and you can get a lot of rune cloth and pretty good greens from these guys, so it is really worth farming these. So this part of the video is where it gets slightly more complex than all the other mind-numbing previous bullshit that I've explained. You're still doing the mind-numbing bullshit, but what decision you make as to what you're actually killing is based on a variety of factors. For starters, really, before you get to level 53, you should always come to this place, which is the field next to. It's in the Western Plaguelands. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll put the map up in a second. You kill the Flayers around this field. It's been known as a very good AoE grind spot for mages. It's just a generally good grind spot for every other class, really. But there is another spot that is actually better from 53 onwards if you're playing a melee class, and I'll show that in a second. But the next spot is pretty insane actually, for a variety of reasons. So last up on my list is the Thalassian base camp, which can be done from the level 53 up to all the way up to level 60. The reason it gets a bit sketchy at this point is that these mobs do an insane amount of damage, so depending on what class you play and your general ability at the game, it might be wise to come here at 53. You might be wise to get a few levels of your belt first. The main reason why they're so good to farm is because they have low armor. They drop a lot of cloth and gold. As you can see the rune cloth dropping now on the video. But yeah, they just have such low health. You can smash them. It's like beating up kids, man. Like, it's just such an efficient farm because you get gold, the cloth, which you can either use to level your first aid or sell on to make more gold, and obviously you're getting the XP by just beating these blood elves' faces in. What more could you want? I mean, keep them out of the horde. Keep them out of the horde. That's what I'm saying. No changes. No changes. So I think that's basically it. Hopefully the video has given you an insight as to what you can hope to achieve through grinding in Classic WoW. If you don't intend on grinding the entire way, I'm sure any sane person wouldn't. I hope it gives you an indication as to, if you are struggling between quests, what to do, where to go. But yeah, that's basically everything I wanted to cover. I'll be streaming the entire launch on twitch.tv/policecar94, so if you do fancy coming around, just pop on over. I'll say hello. You know, I get like one viewer, so that's all good. But yeah, for now, cheers for watching. I'll catch you later. Bye bye.